General Korvax's command ship lost 30% shields in 3 seconds, and the human male they'd captured just laughed and said his sister would be pissed about the dent in his ship. Silence! Korvax slammed his clawed hand against the interrogation chamber's control panel. 6 hours. 6 hours of enhanced interrogation techniques, and the humans still made jokes. Your primitive vessel is irrelevant. Tell us about Earth's defensive capabilities. Marcus Johnson, cargo pilot according to his ship's laughably simple records, grinned through split lips that had already healed from the last round of persuasion. Dude, I haul recycled plastics between asteroid stations. I don't know anything about Earth's defenses, but seriously, Sarah's gonna be so mad about the paint job. Commander! The bridge officer's voice cracked through the intercom, all 4 of his vocal chambers vibrating with panic. We're detecting a single fighter craft approaching at impossible velocity. Weapon systems they're not responding. Korvax felt his spine ridges flatten, an involuntary fear response he hadn't experienced in 200 battles. What do you mean, not responding? According to YouTube analytics, 99.6% of viewers are not subscribed. That's a huge number. By subscribing the channel that is completely free, you'll help support the channel and never miss fresh content. Sir, the craft has already penetrated our defensive perimeter. Static screamed through the comm. Lost ships 7 through 12, shields collapsing on. The entire command ship shuddered. Korvax had commanded the Dominion's 7th Fleet for 30 cycles. He'd conquered 14 systems. He'd never felt his flagship shake like this. Marcus laughed. Actually laughed. Oh man, she made it. You guys are so screwed. Who? Korvax activated his personal shield and drew his plasma blade. Who is attacking my fleet? I told you, my sister Sarah. Marcus tested his restraints, which sparked and failed. He'd been working on them. She's probably a little annoyed. I was supposed to call her 3 hours ago. Your sister? Korvax pulled up the tactical display. One craft, one single, impossibly small craft had just disabled 18 of his warships. His weapons officers were routing all available firepower to target it, but every shot veered off course before impact. That's impossible. No single pilot can... The display flickered. Every screen in the interrogation chamber turned the same ice blue color. Then a voice, female and conversational. Hey, General, you've got my baby brother. I'd like him back now, please. Korvax had interrogated hundreds of species. He knew fear in every language. This human female sounded like she was ordering refreshments. Your brother invaded Dominion space. He is our prisoner according to laws I just deleted from your legal database. Yeah, I saw those. The voice somehow conveyed a smile. Here's the thing, that's my little brother. And you hurt him. So we're gonna skip the diplomatic part. The entire ship's gravity failed for exactly 2 seconds, long enough for Korvax's stomach to lurch. Long enough to demonstrate complete control. She hacked our gravitational systems? His second officer, Vex Thule, stared at instruments that had gone completely dark. That's 47 isolated subsystems. It would take our best teams months to... Took me about 6 minutes, Sarah's voice interrupted. Now, I'm docking at Port 7 Alpha. You're going to grant me immediate access. Or I can dock at every port simultaneously. Your choice. Marcus was grinning so wide his still healing face had to hurt. Sarah got her IT certification last year. She's really good with computers. Certification? Korvax pulled up every file they had on human technological capabilities. Primitive. All the intelligence reports said primitive. This is your planet's elite military programmer? Elite? Nah, she works help desk for an insurance company. Marcus shrugged. She's just protective. Older sister thing. The docking clamps activated without any bridge crew touching the controls. Port 7 Alpha reported a successful connection. Sarah Johnson has entered the ship, the computer announced in its standard monotone. Then, in Sarah's voice, Thanks for the announcement. Marcus, stay put. I'm coming to get you. Korvax looked at his tactical display. 197 warships, the pride of the Dominion, the force that had crushed the Vegan rebellion in 48 hours. And they couldn't stop one human female from walking through their flagship like she owned it. All security teams to interrogation level, authorization level maximum. Kill on? Yeah, about that, Sarah's voice cut through his command. I've locked your security teams in their barracks, for their safety, really. You don't want me to hurt anyone else. Marcus caught Korvax's expression and actually winced in sympathy. Dude, I tried to warn you. Never mess with a big sister. Sarah Johnson walked through a containment field designed to stop antimatter and didn't even slow down. Korvax watched from the bridge security feed as the human female simply stepped through. The field that could hold a singularity flickered around her like she was made of regular matter, which she was. That was the problem. How is she? Vexthul began. 6 elite guards rushed her. These weren't standard security. These were Dominion Reapers, warriors who'd trained for 60 cycles in 18 different combat forms, the best hand-to-hand fighters in known space. Sarah dropped the first one with a punch that shouldn't have generated enough force. The second got an elbow that collapsed his exoskeleton. The third through 6th went down in a blur of movement that the security camera struggled to track. Elapsed time, 14 seconds. Send Ginix. Korvax heard the tremor in his own voice. Send him now. Ginix was legend. 3,000 confirmed kills. Arena champion of the Dominion Games for 40 cycles. He'd never lost a single combat. The camera showed him entering the corridor, his 4 arms armed with plasma blades, his combat armor reading optimal. Sarah looked up from checking one of the fallen guards. Oh, you're sending the big guy. Cool. Ginix charged with a warrior's roar that had frozen opponents in terror across a dozen worlds. Sarah sidestepped, grabbed one of his arms, and used his momentum to flip him into the wall so hard the reinforced bulkhead dented. Ginix recovered. Because he was Ginix, the unbeatable, and launched a 17-strike combination that should have been unsurvivable. Sarah blocked 16 and took the 17th on her forearm. It had to hurt. Korvax knew it had to hurt. She smiled. Good technique. My turn. What happened next would be studied in Dominion military academies for generations if the Dominion survived the next hour. Sarah Johnson, insurance company IT worker, dismantled Ginix like he was a training dummy. She didn't use advanced weapons. She didn't use any weapons. She just moved. Ginix hit the floor unconscious in 43 seconds. All battle groups 7 through 9 converge on these coordinates. Korvax was shouting now. 90 additional warships. I want every available warrior on this ship. Sir, she's walking toward the interrogation chambers. Vexthul checked his instruments twice. She's somehow invisible to our motion sensors. We can only track her on visual. How is that possible? Unknown, sir. It's like she's flickering in and out of phase with our detection grid. On the screen, Sarah passed another security checkpoint. The automated defense turrets tracked her, armed, and then powered down. Just powered down. She's in our defensive AI, the tactical officer reported, his voice breaking. She's rewriting targeting parameters in real time. I don't understand how. Our systems aren't connected to anything she could access. Sarah's voice came through the comm again, casual as before. Your cybersecurity is really bad, by the way. I'm going to send you guys some recommendations after this. No charge. She arrived at the interrogation chamber door. It opened before anyone touched the controls. Marcus looked up. Hey, Sarah. Took you long enough. Traffic was terrible. Also, I had to disable like 200 warships. Sarah examined his restraints, which Marcus had already broken. You okay? Yeah, just some bruises. They heal fast. Good. Sarah turned to face the security camera directly. General, I'm taking my brother now. You can either let us walk out peacefully, or I can keep breaking your stuff. Your choice. Korvax activated every remaining security protocol. Blast doors slammed down throughout the ship, emergency lockdown engaged, battle stations armed. Sarah pulled out a device smaller than Korvax's personal comm unit. She tapped it 3 times. Every blast door opened, every security system deactivated, every weapon powered down. "Sarah, you're embarrassing me in front of my captors," Marcus said, but he was grinning. "You got yourself captured by these guys. I think you're already embarrassed enough." Sarah kept her eyes on the camera. "General, I'm still waiting for your answer. Peaceful exit, or should I start getting creative?" The reinforcement fleets, 90 fresh warships, dropped out of FTL around the flagship. Sarah glanced at another screen. "Oh, good! You brought friends. This'll be fun." She tapped her device again. Every single reinforcement ship reported immediate system failures across all primary networks. "Okay," Korvax said quietly. "I'm listening." "It's a sibling thing," Sarah explained, as if that clarified anything. She'd somehow routed herself through to the bridge while simultaneously shutting down weapon systems on 93 warships. "Marcus is my little brother. Someone threatens him, I get motivated." Korvax watched his tactical display descend into chaos. Ships reporting in from across the fleet. All the same message: critical systems compromised. "How are you doing this? Your species barely has FTL capability." "We've had FTL for like 60 years. Marcus was out of his restraints now, stretching. "Also, Sarah's just really good at her job. She works help desk." "Yeah, but she got bored and took some extra courses, networking, cybersecurity, that stuff." Marcus accepted a protein bar from Sarah. "Thanks, they don't feed prisoners well here." "You've been imprisoned for 6 hours." Still, Sarah was typing on her handheld device with one hand, eating a sandwich with the other. "General, here's the thing you're not getting. Humans have this biological imperative. We protect family, especially siblings. It's hardwired into us. Many species have familial bonds. Not like this." Sarah's voice went flat, cold. "You hurt my baby brother. You kept him in a cell. You tortured him for information he doesn't even have. Do you understand what that does to a human who's wired to protect?" The ship's temperature dropped 3 degrees. Korvax wasn't sure if that was intentional or if his climate control had failed too. "Commander!" His cyber warfare specialist, R. Hill, burst onto the bridge. R. Hill had 40 cycles of experience, degrees from 3 major institutions, and looked absolutely terrified. "Sir, she's rewritten our core command codes. I don't even understand the language she's using. It's like she's thinking in machine language and the computers are just obeying." "Can you stop her?" Rahil's 3 eyes went wide. "Stop her?" "Sir, I can't even follow her. She's operating on 17 different system levels simultaneously. She's created backdoors we didn't know existed. He pulled up a holographic display. "She's treating our entire fleet network like it's a single device." "That's impossible. Our ships use isolated systems specifically to prevent network attacks." "She's not using the network." Rahil looked sick. "She's using the quantum entanglement in our communication relays. She's somehow weaponized our instantaneous communication system to create a fleet-wide control interface. That should take years of study." Sarah glanced up. "Took me about 20 minutes once I saw how your comms worked. Pretty elegant system, actually. Terrible security, though. You guys really need to update your encryption protocols." Korvax felt his world tilting. "You learned our entire communication infrastructure in 20 minutes? Well, 18 minutes. 2 minutes for the encryption." Sarah shrugged. "Pattern recognition." "I'm good at patterns." The bridge door opened. High Commander Zilax entered, his ceremonial armor gleaming. Zilax was a legend. 200 cycles of service. Architect of the Dominion's greatest victories. He'd personally designed the strategy that brought 14 systems under Dominion control. He took one look at the tactical display and said, very quietly, "Stars preserve us." "High Commander," Korvax straightened. I've called for additional battle groups. Don't! Zilax studied Sarah through the security feed. Do not call for more ships. Every ship you bring here is another vulnerability she can exploit. Sir, surely we can… General, I've been fighting for 2 centuries. I know when I'm outmatched. Zilax activated his personal comm. I'm coming to speak with her directly. Is that wise? Wise? Zilax laughed bitterly. Nothing about this situation is wise. We kidnapped and tortured a human sibling. We're lucky she's only disabled our ships. 5 minutes later, Zilax entered the interrogation chamber. Sarah was sitting on a chair she'd pulled from somewhere, still eating her sandwich. Marcus was lounging against the wall. You must be the boss, Sarah said. I am High Commander Zilax, and you are the most dangerous individual I have encountered in 200 cycles of service. I'm a network security analyst. I work in IT. You've disabled 197 warships. Yeah, but I haven't hurt anyone else since those first guards. See? Restraint. Sarah finished her sandwich. So here's the deal. You let us go, you leave human space alone forever, and I don't escalate. Escalate? Zilax felt a chill. This isn't your full capability? Sarah smiled. It was terrifying. General, I haven't even started getting creative yet. We've been watching you for 3 months, Sarah said, and Korvax felt reality shift beneath him. Zilax stood perfectly still. Explain. Earth noticed your fleet buildup near the border. We figured you were planning something. Sarah pulled up a holographic display from her device, using Dominion projection technology without any connection to their systems. So we put together a little test, Marcus waved. I volunteered. You got yourself captured on purpose? Korvax stared at the human male who'd endured 6 hours of interrogation without breaking. Well, yeah. Sarah needed someone inside your network. I'm apparently very capturable. Marcus grinned at his sister. You said it would take you 2 hours max to hack in and extract me. There was traffic. In space. Shut up. Watching them bicker while his entire fleet sat dead in space was surreal. You mean to tell me, Zilax said slowly, that this entire operation was a human intelligence gathering exercise? Basically, Sarah tapped her device. Every screen in the room lit up with data. Here's what I got. Complete fleet composition, command structure, communication protocols, weapons specifications, tactical databases, strategic planning documents. Oh, and your recipes from the commissary. Those looked interesting. Impossible, Hill whispered from the bridge feed. Our systems are vulnerable. Sarah's expression turned serious. High Commander, you're sitting in command of 197 warships. You think that's a lot. It is a lot, but here's what you didn't know. She tapped again. The display shifted. This is the Dominion fleet in Sector 7. Tap. Sector 3. Tap. Sector 12. Tap. Sector 19. Every tap showed another fleet. Every fleet showed red markers across all systems. You're not just disabled here, you're disabled everywhere. Sarah met Zilax's eyes. Every Dominion ship within 50 light-years of human space is currently under my control. Weapons offline, navigation compromised, life support functional because I'm not a monster, but everything else? Mine. The bridge went silent. How long? Zilax asked. I got into your systems about 40 minutes after Marcus got captured. Took me another hour to map your entire network. The rest was just, Sarah shrugged, waiting for the right moment. One person. Korvax couldn't process it. One human. You're telling me one human compromised the entire Dominion fleet? Well, I had help. Marcus provided the initial access point, and I've got some automated systems running, but yeah, essentially. Sarah stood up. Here's what happens next. You're going to let us leave. You're going to pull every Dominion ship back beyond the border, and you're going to leave humanity alone. And if we refuse? Zilax asked, though his tone suggested he already knew the answer. Then I stop being nice. Sarah's device beeped. See that? That's an unmanned scout ship you have in Sector 43, about 50 light-years from here. She tapped once. The tactical display showed a distant signature wink out of existence. Remote detonation, Hill breathed. She remotely detonated a ship 50 light-years away. That's impossible, Korvax said weakly. You keep using that word. Marcus stretched. I don't think it means what you think it means. I'm not going to destroy your fleet, High Commander. That would be an act of war, and honestly, Earth doesn't want a war. We just want to be left alone. Sarah packed up her device. But I'm keeping my access, all of it. If a single Dominion ship crosses into human space with hostile intent, I'll know. And I'll respond. You're holding the entire Dominion fleet hostage. I'm establishing boundaries. Sarah headed for the door. Marcus, come on. Mom's birthday dinner is in 6 hours. We need to jump like now if we're going to make it. Oh man, Mom's gonna kill us if we're late. Right? Sarah glanced back at Zilax. High Commander, I'm releasing control of your ship's primary systems. You'll get full functionality back in about an hour. But remember, I can take it away again anytime I want. Are we clear? Zilax, veteran of 200 cycles, conqueror of 14 systems, said quietly, crystal clear. Great, Sarah's demeanor shifted back to cheerful. Marcus, you owe me dinner for this rescue. You took 3 hours. There was traffic. They left, still bickering. Behind them, the most powerful military force in the galaxy sat in stunned silence. You didn't have to hack their entire fleet, Marcus said as they boarded Sarah's ship. You're my little brother. I'm not taking chances. Sarah started the launch sequence. Besides, it was educational. Their cyber architecture is actually pretty sophisticated. Just, not sophisticated enough. Mom's going to freak out. Only if we're late. We've got 6 hours. Sarah initiated the jump calculations. We'll make it. Behind them, on the Dominion flagship, Korvax watched their ship disappear into FTL. His screens were slowly coming back online. Every system reporting the same thing. Compromised, repaired, potentially compromised again at any moment. High Commander, he said quietly. Orders. Zilax stared at the empty space where the human ship had been. Send a Priority 1 transmission to all Dominion forces. Humanity is now classified as Code Omega. No contact, no reconnaissance, no operations within 100 light-years of their space. Sir, that's the designation we use for extinction-level threats. Yes. Zilax pulled up the data Sarah had left behind. All the information she'd extracted, displayed like a gift or a warning. That's exactly what it is. The transmission went out across Dominion space. Avoid humanity at all costs. In Sarah's ship, Marcus was checking his messages. Dad wants to know if we're bringing dessert. Tell him we'll pick up that cake from the place he likes. The one on Europa? We're literally passing right by it. Their ship jumped to FTL, 2 siblings heading home for dinner, leaving behind an empire that would never be the same. Korvax wrote his final report with shaking hands. Recommend permanent quarantine protocols, not for their protection, for ours.